Welcome to my presentation, and thank you for taking the time. This study explores the relationship between perceived needs and psychological distress among Syrian and Palestinian displaced individuals in Lebanon's Bekaa region. The research builds on Lebanon's unique context, where prolonged displacement and inadequate access to services have created pressing psychological challenges. This project aims to deepen understanding of how social support, functioning, intimate partner violence, and emotional distress influence mental health outcomes. Lebanon has the highest per capita refugee population in the world. In the Bekaa region, limited economic opportunity and inadequate healthcare have left refugees with unmet social, physical, and psychological needs. Prior research shows that these stressors not only compromise well being, but also increase vulnerability to depression, anxiety, and trauma related disorders. Understanding how these needs contribute to distress can inform more effective humanitarian and mental health responses. The main objective is to examine how refugees' unmet needs relate to their psychological distress and to identify factors that might intensify or buffer this relationship. By incorporating both quantitative and qualitative phases, the study aims to build a nuanced understanding of how individual, relational, and contextual factors interact with the displaced population in Bekaa. These hypotheses anticipate that unmet needs will correlate with higher distress, while strong functioning and social support may buffer that effect. Conversely, intimate partner violence, IPV, and emotional distress are expected to heighten psychological strain. The qualitative phase will further clarify which needs displaced individuals perceive as most urgent. This conceptual framework visually represents the proposed relationships. Perceived needs are expected to influence psychological distress, with moderating effects from functioning, social support, IPV, and emotional distress. It provides a structured way to test both indirect and direct associations. The explanatory sequential design begins with quantitative data collection to test hypotheses statistically. The second qualitative phase uses in depth interviews to explore participants' experiences and interpret the quantitative results. Together, these approaches offer both breadth and depth, enabling a richer understanding of the psychological dimensions of displacement. Participants will include Syrian and Palestinian adults recruited from Najda Association centers across 3 Bekaa locations. Using cluster sampling, 30 clusters divided equally among sites ensures a balanced representation of diverse communities while keeping the process feasible. The recruitment strategy leverages trusted local organizations, enhancing participation and ethical engagement. Screening safeguards participants' psychological safety and data integrity. The study employs validated Arabic instruments to ensure cultural and linguistic accuracy. These measures capture the full psychosocial spectrum, from daily needs to emotional functioning and social support. The IPV module is administered only to female participants, as it was developed and validated to reflect women's experiences of partner violence, particularly relevant in displaced settings, especially in the Bekaa region. Quantitative data will be analyzed using IBM SPSS and Hayes Process Macro to test moderation effects. Thematic analysis will be applied to interview data, identifying recurrent themes related to perceived needs and distress. By integrating both data types, the study will triangulate findings and strengthen interpretability. The expected findings suggest that addressing unmet needs could reduce psychological distress, while strengthening functioning and social support might serve as protective factors. Conversely, IPV and emotional distress are anticipated to exacerbate mental health difficulties. Qualitative insights will help pinpoint the specific needs most linked to distress, guiding targeted interventions. The study's strength lies in its cultural sensitivity and mixed methods approach, which together provide a holistic understanding of displaced individuals' psychological experiences. Using validated tools ensures reliability and cultural appropriateness. However, as a cross sectional study, causal inference is limited. and self report measures may carry bias. Despite these constraints, the findings aim to inform culturally competent interventions and guide future research across similar contexts. And these are the references. Thank you.